Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle G with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 612 for comics originally coming out February the 9th and February the 10th. Before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming week. Drew, we got anything else to report on the Word on Comics? There's all kinds of stuff going on, man.
Oh, yeah. Right off the top, we want to thank one of our patrons, Adam Pastory, who has agreed to donate some slabbed comics for a contest giveaway for those folks that join our Patreon account. So if you join Patreon at any level, you'll be entered in the contest to win slab comics, I believe, of your choosing. So there'll be a list, a future list provided that you get. If you are the selected winner, you get to pick from a CGC, and pretty sure it's going to be a 9.8 or maybe a 9.6. I don't know. We'll have to see, and hopefully something fun and valuable for you. So we thank him for that, and we want you to check that out on our Patreon account, which is at Comics Fun Profit at Patreon. So you can check that out in the show notes, or just search Comics for Fun and Profit on the Patreon site and find us as creators that way.
So the perks keep stacking up for the Comics for Fun and Profit Patreon. Not only is there giveaway possibilities, the Slack channel, of course, has you and I arguing back and forth over what is considered a first appearance and whether there's first appearances in certain Star Wars Adventures books as compared to Star Wars what, and then all kinds. You can see how the sausage is made as we try to argue what's the one to look for and things like that.
And we don't spoil WandaVision for people on the Slack channel, which is what's been going on Twitter today. People had WandaVision totally spoiled for them because the people that watched it, I don't know, at midnight last night or something.
Yeah.
We're posting screenshots and ruining the fun surprise of what was WandaVision, which
I just realized because they were calling the last trailer a mid-season trailer. I'm like, wait, is it only 6 episodes? Apparently, it's only 6 episodes, so we are like almost through.
I think it's only 9 total, isn't it?
WandaVision?
Yeah.
Maybe. They said mid-season, so I thought, wait, is it only 6? Because they did that after 3. So I don't know. I'll have to double check on that.
Oh my goodness! If it's only 6, then there's only 1 episode left. That was 5.
Yeah, there's got to be more than
yeah. But yeah, I was totally wrong on WandaVision. It's really picked up steam, and I've been enjoying it each week. So.
No, you weren't wrong. It was slow as balls in the beginning, but it's gotten good.
Yeah.
And we've already got some cool spec and all kinds of neat stuff spinning out of it. Some spec that I already owned. Yeah. So that was awesome.
And yeah, we'll have to wait and see what gets hot this week based on what happened in the episode.
You're right. 9 episodes for the first season of WandaVision.
Yeah.
9 episodes. So we're good.
So we are halfway past the halfway point. Got four more left. So yeah, good time. So hey, all that and more. Join our Patreon for early access, bonus content, exclusive content, Slack channel access. To choose your own podcast episode, co-host an episode. There's tons of perks. Plus now you can win slabs mailed directly to your door. So how cool is that? So that'll be in the show notes, or just go to Patreon and search for Comics for Fun and Profit. Now, we've got some previews catalog looking to do, and we're going to do that over on Previews World. We're going to look at Marvel this week for their February catalog. These are things that are going to be shipping in April. And what is jumping off the page at you this time, Kyle? Darkhawk?
Oh, my goodness.
Is it Darkhawk one of your boys?
Darkhawk is definitely one of my boys.
So we've got
Heart of the Darkhawk. So I'm definitely going to check out. Celebrating the 30th anniversary of the 90s hottest hero in 3 spectacular stories. So that's awesome, and that tickles my heart.
Looks like we've got.
And I'm not. Yeah, we got Zdarsky doing this Spider's Shadow thing here, which is kind of a what if. What if Peanut Parker became Venom? So interesting.
But it's going to be 4 issues of a what if.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Yeah, it kind of kills the whole. Nah, I guess I don't know. Yeah. We got Squadron Supreme Marvel Tales. Looks kind of fun. I haven't seen any of Squadron Supreme for a while, but maybe I'm just not looking in the right books.
But Drew, I got a shocker for you.
What's that?
Venom 200 is a $10 book.
Ah, what a surprise.
Yeah.
What a surprise. But, he's going to be pulling out the stops.
Yep.
So, if you can get a 50% discount on it, do you throw $5 that way?
Something cool gonna happen.
Something cool's gonna happen. And is it gonna have lasting... I mean, and then, like, Donny Cates is gonna mic drop after this one, right? He's done. Isn't that true?
That's the rumor.
Yeah. So he's gonna do this, and then that's it.
I love how, like, when Marvel wants to launch an X-Men book, they've got a few things that they kind of lean on consistently, and one of them is throwing Nightcrawler on the front of one of them. They've done that yet again with Way of X.
Oh. He's a fan favorite.
He is. I remember the pirate ship one when they put him on the front of that, and that series sucked.
So when you look at Star Wars Empire 40th anniversary, Chris, they've asked. I love this. They've asked. Marvel asked enthusiasts to celebrate the 40th anniversary of one of the all-time great sequels. Marvel asked enthusiastic artist Chris Sprouse, who did to retell the Empire Strikes Back in a stunning series of variants.
So essentially, this kid was bugging the crap out of us, so we said yes.
This guy actually wants to do this job. He's happy about it. He's excited about it. Enthusiasm.
You've never seen Empire quite like this to celebrate the 4th anniversary, one of the all-time greatest cinematic sequels. Marvel asked enthusiast artist Chris Sprouse, blah, 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 to retell The Empire Strikes Back in a stunning series of variant covers, month by month, across multiple Star Wars series. The film's unforgettable, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's an interesting way to describe one of the creators. He's enthusiastic.
Yeah. So is this... So, like, okay, I buy this book. Is it just Empire?
No, I think it's... Well, it just says number 1, doesn't it?
Yes, and it's a one-shot.
But then it's also going to spread out into the other Star Wars books?
No, because they are not having a 40th anniversary.
No, they're going to celebrate... I thought he just said they were going to celebrate the anniversary... Let me get down here to the Star Wars here. Hold on. Yeah, Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant. Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant. Yeah. He's doing covers on the other Star Wars books as well as whatever this thing is. Whatever he's enthusiastically doing those covers down there as well as up here. We've got Women of Marvel number 1. Who runs the world? You already know. Celebrate the Women of Marvel with an extravaganza of extraordinary talent. Future is female. Looks like we've got Elektra, not in her current iteration, on the cover. So this was supposed to have been in the can for a while. Or they're not paying attention to what's going on over in Daredevil, right?
Seems very generic.
It does. Does not look great.
And we have Annie Toole from video games making her Marvel debut.
Annie Toole.
Yes. Oh, she wrote the Horizon. She did some of the writing on Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, that's a fairly well done. I do like the story on that one.
I think Amazing Spider-Man 63 looks like a decent one-shot that's not doing anything long, drawn out. So I might hop back in because I've been taking a little break from them because it's just been going on and on and on with this last storyline.
Yeah.
So this looks like a simple little love story between Peter Parker's roommate and the Beetle. I like that. I'll pop in for that.
Yeah.
See if I can enjoy that. A lot of images coming soon for the covers because they're just not available at this stage. We'll get those on the FOC down the road, hopefully.
They're just keeping things under wrap.
Or they're not drawn yet, which would be my guess. So we got the 25th issue of Black Panther. So, issue 25. Let's go crazy.
Is it $10 as well?
No, it's $6, but it's the last issue of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he did all 25.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that they were ever that great. But I think his cap was a little better, wasn't it? A little more well received than his Black Panther.
I think so as well. Yeah.
It just took him a while to figure out how to write comics from writing prose. I'm guessing it ain't easy.
Daredevil 29 issues in, and we are still with Elektra, so that's cool. So they've lasted longer than I thought they would.
Yeah, you thought that was going to be over by the next issue, right?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be not much there.
Immortal Hulk. Let's see if Joe Bennett's on this book much longer. We went from have to have Immortal Hulk to nobody cares about Immortal Hulk. Well, he got into some trouble. The artist for he put a Jewish Star of David on a jewelry store window in I think issue 44 maybe, and people lost their minds, and so that got him in some trouble. And I think Marvel's going to pull that book and then reprint it. So if they don't get destroyed at the store level, you might want to hang on to that one. Wasn't there that one X book that had that same problem where somebody did something offensive in the drawing?
Yeah,
and they recalled it, but not all of them got recalled.
My favorite instance of that is the Superman book where he's drinking the beer on the front cover, and that had to be replaced with a root beer.
My favorite is, of course, Batwang.
Batwang, yes.
Batwang is my favorite of all time.
This Silk series continues to look good. I like this cover by Inyuk Lee on this. I like Silk. I'm not going to apologize for that.
We do. We're big fans.
It just sucks that they can only muster a 5-issue series on this. We're just pulling as much as we can from the Spider-Womans of the world, 11 issues in. Yeah. We can barely get 5 issues out of a Silk series.
Now we're going to, with issue 25 of Miles Morales, we are going to kick off the Clone Saga for Miles Morales. So that was a very popular story arc for Amazing back in the day. So do we think this might be a big deal for Miles, even though it's a little repetitive?
I was going to say, it sounds like we've played this game already.
Well, I mean, it's comics. How many times have we repeated ourselves?
Amen.
Over and over and over again.
Star Wars High Republic 4. It's not time to jump off the series yet. We're still probably going to get some first appearance stuff in these views. We're getting the secret history of the terrifying Drengir revealed, so maybe we'll get some first appearance stuff in that.
The 5th issue of Power Pack, Kyle, the last issue. What's your favorite memory of this Power Pack run?
Where they flew around and...
Aw.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Who's on the cover of Bounty Hunters 11?
Looks like Bosk, but it's not.
Looks like
that's
it.
Bosk.
Okay, it looks kind of like him, but I wasn't sure.
It's a really good... You don't see Bosk head on. He looks like he's got an extra horn. Good old Trandoshan Bosk. I love me some Bosk.
So many Venoms. Look at that jock cover for the issue 35, the 200th. I think that's going to be something. Is that going to be independently orderable? If it's in here, does that mean it is?
Usually.
It's one of the few other covers I can even see. He has it done. Ready to go.
But yeah, just only a few highlights for me for Marvel. Like I said, the $10 Venom book, have to make a decision on that. Darkhawk will be fun to dip into.
Yeah, I was like trying to think of standouts from Marvel this year for me, and I did enjoy the Moon Knight arc on Avengers, and I did enjoy all those Marvel snapshots that came out. I thought those were all really great. But there hasn't been a lot of stuff that I've liked. I don't know if my tastes are changing or what they're doing is different or what. But I mean, a lot of people are liking them, obviously, because they still sell very well. But
yeah, it's still doing good.
It's just not clicking with me the way DC does. I think that's it for the previews for me.
Yeah, as I was digging through that, there was a few things I was like, okay. But like Squadron Supreme, didn't really care too much about that. And I don't know if I care much about the Spider Shadow. But
yeah,
a few neat things.
Venom's 200th is the big standout, probably.
Yeah. What are they going to do for that?
Yeah. Let's see what is climbing up the eBay charts over at the Hot 10.
Yeah, now that we've looked at kind of the future of what's going on, make sure we're double checking our orders and stuff. We're going for previews, see where we can find our excitement there. Let's see what's happening right now. And for that, we go to our good friends at comicbookinvest.com. We find their Hot 10 list for today, for the beginning of February 5th. And let's see what's on number one. Number one, Black Panther, World of Wakanda, number one. This cover A is selling for around $20, and the Stealth Freeze 1 in 25 quickly sold out at $15 and is now a $100 book. Boy, I doubt you found it for $15. All of this because of an announcement of an announced Wakanda TV series. Zero confirmation that the show will be based on this 6-issue miniseries. And even if it does that really warrant this price hike?
So, okay, cool.
Interesting. World of Wakanda. At rank 2, we have Silver Surfer number 3 from the original Stan Lee writing. There are rumors out there that WandaVision is hinting at Mephisto being the main villain for Phase 4. 8.5s were about $1,100 a month ago. This week, we saw sales of 2,000, 2,300, and 2,700. Record highs for 6.0s, 7.0s, 8.0s, and 9.4s have also occurred in the last 12 days. I'd say that if the rumors are true, this is as cheap as this book will be for the next few years.
Okay.
So
Mephisto, huh?
Mm-hmm. They think he's the husband we haven't seen yet, and that he's got some dealings in the background, possibly. At rank 3, Thor 459. A CGC 9.8 sold in November for $89. Near mint raw copies are selling for that now. 75% of that figure, for about 75% of that figure this week. This rise is strictly because of a set photo from the new Thor movie that showed Chris Hemsworth in a costume that looked like Thunderstrike. Of course, reminds us of the AC/DC song. Anyway, it's just speculation at this point, so buyer beware.
Thunderstrike.
At rank 4, we're back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 1. back on the list this week thanks to sales in the last week of 9.8s for 2,200, 2,000, 1,700, and 2,000. This book was less than $1,000 a year ago. A year ago it was $150. I mean, we love Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady as much as the next guy, but darn.
That's high.
Yeah. Black Panther and the Crew #1, the 1 in 25 Damian Scott variant. Similar to the #1, this one is hot because of the Wakanda TV series options possibility. Both of these are going up to $75. And still with the Star Wars High Republic, it ranks 6. Star Wars High Republic #2, the 1 in 25 Ashley Witter variant. Star Wars continues its hot streak in the Hot 10. This one's selling for around $60 just after release. Not sure how much staying power this one will have, as these were likely fairly heavily ordered, and there's not really a first appearance in this issue, we don't think. At rank 7, we have Amazing Spider-Man 55 second print, the 1 in 50 version of the second print. All I know is the second print incentive variants, but you can't blame Marvel for continuing to do them. It appears they are going to run this concept into the ground, but it is a nice looking book, selling for between $80 and $90 for the 1 in 50 ratioed variant of the second print. At rank 8, we have Thunderstrike #1. If it were embossed too, it would epitomize the 90s comic books. Anyways, you could have picked this up for a month ago, a graded 9.8 for $20. Heck, there was a CBCS 9.9 that sold for $90. People were having to sell their entire 24-issue run to move this book. Now, like the #3 we talked about earlier, it's a $20 or more book, just because of the speculation for Thor.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. At rank 9, we have the encoded #1 Joel Humberto Herrera variant. Thanks for the heads up from Justice for Comics, who stated this one was listed, then pulled, then listed again for a higher price, then sold out at Midtown. On the secondary market, it is hitting for around $25. Is this one of those covers that people will just want to get for their personal collection?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
No,
Damsel in Distress?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At rank 10 from Aftershock Comics, we have Maniac of New York #1, the 1 in 15 variant. Those people on the subway should have known something was up when a dude in that coat and plaid pants walked on. We all know that many of these Aftershock #1 variants do very well. This one is holding its own at around $25 at the moment. So Maniacs in New York #1, 1 in 15.
What do you pay for a 1 in 15? You pay $25, don't you?
Most people do, yeah.
$20, $25? I mean, come on.
Immortal Hulk 43. I'm neither going to say go buy this nor don't go buy this. What you do with the money is up to you. I'm not even sure that this issue will be recalled. It looks like Marvel is just going to do a second print without the anti-Semitic panel, but controversy does sell. Copies are drying up fast, though, and some sales are pushing double cover or more. We talked about this earlier on the Immortal Hulk 43.
Yeah, I said 44, it's 43. I apologize.
There you go. And in some of our blasts from the past in the honorable mentions, Mystery Man Comics #9, a 2.0 with the first 4 pages detached, sold this week for $2,100. That is higher than any other graded sale for this book ever, other than the 9.0 Mile High comic that sold for $13,000 3 years ago. Rex Dexter spoke with his gun. Hilarious commentary.
Interesting. I don't understand. It's #9. I mean, what's the deal? It's just old comic.
Old comic with a nice cover.
Old comic with a nice cover. And this was a 2.0. I love that. I do love that. That makes me happy. And now it's time for that's today's hot comics. Now we can see tomorrow's hot comics on our FOC list that is provided to us by our good friends at Deep Discount.
Yep. These are FOC items for February 7th, February 8th, and February the 11th. So we have 3 different due dates for some of these
DC
items.
Yeah, so why is DC going early? Is there a holiday? Is it President's Day on the 15th?
Yeah, not even sure.
Yeah, so if it's maybe that's why, because of the holiday. They're going early.
So just know that, make sure you're double checking all your dates and everything. All right, of course, Eric from Cowabunga always pulls a few things up when he sends us this list and shows us some of the things that he thinks are of the piqued interest for this. Some of the things he's popping around are Batman 1060 Jorge Jimenez cover A. There is Sensational Wonder Woman, the cover B of that issue number 1. That is a weird looking cover. I actually really dislike the art on that. Let's see, we have Joker number 1. The Mark Brooks variant there. Superman Red, White, and Blue number 1. Gary Frank doing the cover A. It's very cool looking there. Dead Dogs Bite number 1, a new Dark Horse book of a 4-issue series coming out. Tyler Boss doing the art and writing on this one. From Image we have Noctera. That is the Scott Snyder book he's doing with Tony S. Daniels. And the cover F is the glow-in-the-dark variant. So Eric's saying, hey, don't miss out on this glow-in-the-dark variant. From Marvel, there's America Chavez Made in the USA. And our good friend Stephanie Hans has a cool cover on that is being featured. Very neat-looking cover. From Marvel, again, there's Non-Stop Spider-Man number 1. Joe Kelly writing that. Not sure what the general theme is on that. I missed that one when I was looking at it.
Yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit in the when we did the previews for Marvel last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that because was that wasn't because he was the guy that wrote the Deadpool, right? That
I think so.
Went to so many prints.
Yeah. So, Chariot number 1 from Artists, Writers, and Artisans. That looks cool. Brian Hill writing that. It's a neat little book there. Of course, those are about all 5-issue series, if I remember correctly, from those Artists, Writers, and Artisans books. And from Source Point Press, The Cult of Dracula number 1. Very cool cover A on there as well. But we don't have to take Eric's word for us. We can dig through the FOC ourselves. So, let's check it out. We'll go through the stuff that's due the 7th, and then we'll tell you when we're switching over to the 11th stuff. And then we'll get to the other things.
Yeah, how are we going to tell that?
By column J, which is the FOC due date.
Ah, gotcha.
So the Infinite Frontier 0. There's a 0-issue book for Infinite Frontier. It's got our boy Red X on the cover, who's been pretty popular. We've got a multitude of Batmans on the cover. Multitude of Flashes. Crush gets herself on the cover. Interesting.
This is... Okay, it's going to be in March. This is the next phase, that Infinite Frontier we were talking about.
Yeah.
And this is the one, didn't you suggest that why they didn't do this as the like a quarter comic or something to get people to read it?
Yeah, I was curious if they're really jumping off, just get people in.
Why are they charging $6 for this?
Yeah,
as a
6
zero?
and 7 for the card stock, yeah. Ugh. Of course, we have Batman Urban Legends number 1, Suicide Squad number 1, Swamp Thing number 1, Crime Syndicate number 1, Sensational Wonder Woman number 1.
So Urban
all
Legends
kinds of number 1s.
This is the anthology, right? Batman Urban Legends has Chip Zdarsky doing some writing in here. Eddie Barrows. Who else? Matt Rosenberg. Stephanie Phillips. Laura Braga. Yeah, so how many pages is this thing going to be? Does it say?
I didn't catch.
It's got to be a few for $8, I would hope.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, I want to read it for Zdarsky and Rosenberg's take. I don't think I've read any Rosenberg doing Batman. Have you?
I haven't.
So that's kind of neat.
And we have a bit of an odd new Suicide Squad, so while I'm kind of like interested in what's the big catch on the Suicide Squad, because we had Harley for the longest time and a bunch of front-running people.
Yeah, we just did a Tom Taylor run, and if we're going to relaunch Suicide Squad, why are we... Did he only want to do the 12 issues?
Yeah. Who knows? And now we have the likes of Talon and some... I don't know. It could be interesting. I might, just because it's so under the radar, check it out.
And this could be part of DC's new way, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Taylor, we love your work. You want to do 2 arcs? 2 trades worth of Suicide Squad? Sure, I got a couple of ideas. Okay, you do that, you get in, you get out. Maybe that's the way they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't tell you anything, so who knows? But yeah, this also has that Ram V Swamp Thing launch that, we'll see. I mean, if it's the same dozen creators just getting shifted around on books, I don't understand the point. But we were both pretty excited about that Crime Syndicate.
Yep, it's on Earth 3.
Crime Syndicate is.
Yeah.
But this was Andy Schmidt doing the writing.
Trade paperback for Batman Who Laughs.
But yeah, that Joker's going to be a big deal.
That's okay, yeah. So that's all for the stuff that's due the 7th. Starting with this Joker #1, these are things that are due the 11th.
Oh, okay. Now so that's transitioning us to. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and we even have from Cowabunga, they're going as deep as the team cover here. So they actually ordered enough that we can try to get this Mark Brooks variant, which are the ones that, remember they were saying, only if your shop orders 250 of them is this even available for them.
So they call it
all shops.
Okay. So this isn't the one in 25. Okay, I was like, how do they call it a 1 in 25 if you have to order 250 copies?
Yeah. So yeah, the team's variant at the bottom, which is a really cool cover actually, driving the car and everything with money flying everywhere. That's one that's only available if your local shop orders 250 deep on that book.
Okay, so it's not a 1 in 250. It's unlocked at 250. So then when 250 happens, they can order as many as they want?
I think you just have to commit to 250 copies of that book individually.
Oh, this book individually?
Correct.
Holy moly.
Yes.
Not all of your Jokers rolled together.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so...
Okay. I guess, so if you're doing like a 1 in 500, you're committing to buy 500 comics, so I guess it's not a big deal, but it is kind of a big deal. I don't see a lot of shops doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Hats off to Deep Discount for taking the plunge.
Yeah, for jumping in. So if you're collecting these covers and your LCS isn't jumping that far in, reach out to our guys, and they're going to have a few copies of this lying around. Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll go quick. They could be super popular. It's a really nice cover.
And for me, I'm getting the Frank Quietly.
You don't like the Matina?
Oh, I like them all. I think they're all great.
Oh yeah, I was going to say they're all really good.
But I'm only buying one, and it's going to be the Quietly.
Yeah.
Something about his style that really speaks to me. I always like all his stuff.
Wonder Woman 770. Still only a $5 book. Oh, come on, you can't not get that Matina. That Matina is the best I can cover.
That's a nice cover.
So yeah, I love it.
The Superman Red and Blue 6-issue miniseries kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
This also must be anthology. Where I got Brandon Easton, Steve Lieber, Wes Craig, Marguerite Bennett, John Ridley, Clayton Henry. A lot of people on this book doing stories in here.
Interesting cover on issue 4 of Batman Catwoman.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one are we talking?
The cover A.
I'm trying. Oh, there it is. Oh, well, that's kind of nice. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Who do we have there in the back? Is that Selena as Batman? I didn't read up on this because I had no interest in it, but that's an interesting thing.
Yeah. Well, no, this is Black Label now, so will it matter?
It's true. Outside of continuity, it might not be a...
Yeah, some people are sticklers for that, so
yeah.
You never know.
The Penultimate Sweet Tooth, The Return, 5 of 6.
And a bunch of graphic novels, bunch of trades.
And that's it for the second part of the DC, the stuff that's due the 11th. And now down to all of our other stuff.
And this stuff is the 8th, right?
Correct. Yep, due the 8th.
Okay.
So, FOC's not for everybody. It's a little confusing sometimes. If it was for everybody, everybody'd do it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Eric on the Dead Dog's Bite. Big fan of Tyler Boss, so I'm just looking forward to this one.
Twin Peaks meets Lady Bird. That's their tagline.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Not either.
Although both of those properties I have viewed. I've seen Lady Bird and I have seen all of Twin Peaks. So, well, not the reboot. I'm sorry, not all of it.
Dungeons and Dragons, Spine of the World. Character cover, but none of those are the Dungeon Master's guides or anything. IDW's version of Captain Marvel. Marvel Action Captain Marvel #1. So we've got Ghost Spider and Captain Marvel buzzing around New York.
Yeah, these are all age versions of these properties, these characters.
That being said, I'm into the Star Wars High Republic of them all. So I will probably be throwing a flyer out on this issue 2 as well. I flew a flyer out on issue 1. At the end of issue 1, we get kind of a cameo from what might be one of the villains that I don't know if will be important at all or not. But I'm going to pick up a couple just in case.
Yes.
From something we saw online, they're saying that character will be fully revealed in issue 3, so we might go a different way with 2 here, but I'd plan on being in on issue 3 as well, so we'll see.
Do you want me to add a couple to this order?
Yes.
2.
Yeah.
You're saying 2.
Yep.
You want 2.
2. Yep.
Almost done with the TMNT Jenica stuff.
Yeah, the penultimate versions of those. The director's cut for Last Ronin, which is an $11 book for the director's cut version of it.
What I wonder what the deal with that is. It's like they like got a bad deal on printing or something, and they threw an extra $1 on it because it was a $9.99 book, right?
Yeah. I would have, yeah.
Or maybe just the extra pages pushed it into the next bracket. Maybe that's it. Maybe they have a formula.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe this will include the art that had to be redone.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And this was the, the Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird recollab. They say this features never before seen layouts from Eastman, story notes that date back decades, character design, script pages, and more. This is a must-have for TMNT fans who want to discover the story behind this story. That might be one to pull the director's cut.
Yeah.
But $11, you're ticking me off.
If you want Mirka Andolfo's new character as a statue, you can get Sweet Paprika for normally $170. You get it for $101, and this was a kickstarted statue from her that was fully funded in 12 minutes of being launched as a Kickstarter. And it's a 7-inch high statue based on the Sweet Paprika from a book that isn't out yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's coming from Image, and it's hilarious to me. That's awesome. Hats off to Mirka Andolfo that she can just create this out of nothing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Funded in 12 minutes, man. That's amazing. And then, of course, I'm super excited for Noctera.
Yep. I ordered the Boss Logic. I ordered the A.
Scott Snyder, Tony S. Daniel together again. Well, it's going to be fun.
Glow-in-the-dark variants are very affordable as well. All the way up to a 200-copy blackout incentive. 200 copy incentive of the ratio for the 1 in 200, and it's just a friggin' black cover.
Yeah. This is going to sell really well.
Well, I realize how hard it is to get a 9.8 out of an all black cover, to go ratio 200 deep, and have a thing that's difficult to get a 9.8 out of. It just hurts my heart.
Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, still, I can understand them wanting to do stuff like that.
100%. Still don't have a cover on Amazing Spider-Man 58's second print. I jumped to Marvel.
You just jumped right
over.
I
jumped past your Walking Dead.
Right past the 3 Walking Deads for issue 10. How dare you?
Walking Deads that we've seen for the 16th time.
There's new stuff in there.
Call me when we hit those big numbers.
You're waiting for 19. Issues. 19.
You got it. Yeah.
And then like 20. Is it 23 as governor?
Yeah, 23 or 25 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next big one, I think. But you know what? The worst part is, this thing has me rewatching the series.
Oh, dang.
If I'm reading these, I started over, and I'm rewatching the series, which I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, you were texting me all kinds of things like these things are way more sentient than we thought.
Yeah,
before.
They were like I noticed how fast the zombies were in the beginning, and how they were able to climb stairs and jump over fences and climb over fences and stuff, and like hold bricks in their hands and smash through windows. And I was like, what happened to all this knowledge that they had, this abilities? That they're all gone. But I guess they fired a showrunner in there, so that changed some things. But anyway, besides that, I'm in that season where like the prison, and where it kind of was dragging, and I don't remember it. I remembered it was dragging at the time, but now I don't even notice it. I'm enjoying the show more this time around, I think. Or maybe I'm just a super fan. I don't know. Both can be true, I guess.
Peach Momoko coming out with her own Demon Days X-Men #1 book. I love the J. Scott Campbell as well. All my favorite artists doing this Demon Days book. Peach Momoko, Art Germ, J. Scott Campbell. It's just crazy.
What's the Alex Ross Timeless on this?
Oh, for the one up above, was it? The Avengers one?
Oh, it's a
Vision.
It's a Vision.
So did Vision get like 2 or 3 before Moon Knight got 1?
Yes, I think you're right about that.
King in Black, Wiccan Hulkling #1. There could be something here. We're getting hints of a lot of Young Avengers stuff coming to fruition in the future, possibly. Our boy Wiccan here has been back in the news a little bit as well, so there may be something to this Teenie Howard written book. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, just because these characters I think are going to play. I think the next big thing from Marvel is going to be Young Avengers.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll know in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Lots of non-stop Spider-Man covers. David Finch is nice. What's Lieber? What did Lieber do with his? Oh, it's Larry Lieber, not Steve. Still, it's nice. No offense to Larry.
None taken. Okay, Star Wars High Republic #2 going to a second print already. So
a new cover. With a
might as well. Don't want to miss out on these.
Yeah.
No reason not to.
And then issue 3.
Yep.
There's only one independently orderable cover. The other one is a $40 variant. Are you already good on issue 3? You have that pre-ordered already?
I can't remember. Get me 1 issue 3 and 1 issue 2 second print.
Gotcha. You just copy me, do everything I do.
Is that what you were going to do?
I already had it locked in.
Gotcha. I don't mind riding coattails.
We talked about Chariot #1. There's also the Deodata cover in addition. I don't know if that's a final or not. It's kind of black and white, sketchy. Might be.
Mm-hmm.
As we go into Boom, we've got Girlsplaining, a hardcover from Boom. So you've heard of mansplaining. This is girlsplaining. Another James Bond relaunch. This is Agent of Spectre from Dynamite. They're doing a number 1, 10, 11, 15, 20, and 25 copy incentive variants. Second issue of Sonya Versal. We're getting, is that a new Undone by Blood from Aftershock? Okay, that was a good comic. Well, they're going to do another volume, but they're going to relaunch it, renumber it. I understand that.
This Code of Dracula from Source Point, the more I look at it, the more I really like it.
Yeah, it's a good cover. Chris Samney seems to be writing John and the Impossible Monsters, writing and drawing it with maybe his wife or his daughter, whoever Laura is.
It's all me for the FOC. And again, check with your local comic book shops because we do have 3 due dates, 2 for DC and 1 for your other stuff. So just making sure nobody misses out on a few things, especially if you were looking for them Joker books.
Yeah, lots of good stuff there. Yeah, the more I look at that Cult of Dracula, the more I'm like, okay, I get it.
Anything else for you in the FOC?
No, let's slide over to Cover Price and check out their top 20.
Yep, we've looked into the future, and now let's check out the present once again. Let's head on over and find our top 10 items from CoverPrice.com, where they're tracking eBay sales for hot comics at the moment. At rank 10, we have Future State Teen Titans #1 this week, moving 29 copies. High sale of $29.95 for a raw copy. The first appearance of Future State Red X on the last page still has high demand thanks to significant interest in Red X and his identity, which leads us to Batman 96 at rank 9, the Jorge Jimenez design variant 1 in 25. A few weeks speculation began spreading everywhere that Red X's identity may be Bao Pham, a.k.a. the Clown Hunter, who first appeared in this issue. As this speculation spread, his 1 in 25 variant really started moving and sold 26 copies. High sale of $148 for CGC 9.8, though it just hit $300 today as of February 2nd. This can only go 2 ways. He is or isn't Red X. We're not sure when we'll discover the identity, but the reveal has a lot of anticipation. And since it was a 1 in 25 DC book ratio, we weren't allowed to talk about those. Sorry, Drew.
You're always allowed to talk about them. You're not allowed to make a 1 in 25 your sneak peek. And that's
someone could have made $300, but
it's simple. It's a simple rule.
At rank 8, Amazing Spider-Man 361 from 1992. Come on, Sony, show the Let There Be a Carnage trailer. High expectations around a trailer releasing soon push this to an all-new height this week. 29 copies, $1,400 for CGC 9.8 for friggin' Carnage.
That's great.
At rank 7, we have Captain America 25 from 2014. This is a long thing. In Endgame, Sam Wilson was given the Captain America shield from an elderly Steve Rogers. Spoilers for Endgame. Which lit a fire on the only solid Phase 4 expectation that Sam Wilson would end up taking the mantle in Disney Plus's Falcon and Winter Soldier. However, in 2019, while talking to IGN on the Disney Plus red carpet at Disney's D23 Expo, Anthony Mackie stated, "I'm not Captain America. Just because he told me to hold his shield, he didn't say, 'You're Captain America now.'" This news squashed the speculation and greatly slowed the sales down.
Well, Anthony Mackie hasn't read the script yet.
Only to recirculate to recent toy images that leaked showing the Falcon in the Captain America inspired costume, first seen in this issue. To throw another wrench into the rumor, a few weeks ago, Anthony Mackie once again brushed off the rumors, replying to an interview question with SiriusXM whether he's Captain America. "No, we don't know that yet. The idea of the show is basically, and at the end of the Avengers Endgame, Cap decides he was going into retirement, and he asked me if I would take up the shield, but at no point in time did I agree to or say that I would be Captain America. So the show walks the line of who is going to take up the shield and who's going to be Captain America if Steve isn't coming back." Regardless, this book is moving this week, moving 25 copies, high sale of $202 for CGC 9.8, but we don't know who's Captain America. At rank 6, Star Wars High Republic #1, the Stephanie Hans variant, still hot. Hottest book of the year, continues selling well, 64 copies, $42 for a raw. At rank 5, from IDW 2016, we have Love is Love. Here's where comic collectors are stretching things a bit. On the 25th, The Hollywood Reporter posted an article that, quote-unquote, Harry Potter live-action TV series is in early development at HBO Max. While having no connection or origin in comics, comic fans still sought out the first appearance of Harry Potter within a comic book, landing on this one-shot. This issue features a one-page pin-up by Jim Lee of Dumbledore, Harry, Hermione, and Ron lifting their wands to form a rainbow. It sold 13 copies, 7-day trend, 302% up, and a high sale of $249.99 for a CGC 9.8. Holy crap, are we that bored that we're looking for Harry Potter?
Yeah, that's quite a reach, isn't it?
Yeah, jeez. At rank 4, we have the Electric Black #1 variant, 1 in 10. This is from Scout Comics from 2019. Scout Comics, via a press release, announced that the Electric Black is now in development as an adult cartoon TV series. Make Good Content, Starburns Industries, and Scout Comics are attached to produce. This news helped move 20 copies of this variant with 7-day trends of 220% and a high sale of $40 for a raw copy. And Starburns Industries is what's-his-face from Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
At rank 3, we have Mystics #15 from CrossGen 2001. Touching upon #5's entry regarding Harry Potter, this is another issue that is being hailed as the first appearance of Harry Potter in a comic. It's not. In this issue, representations of various magical characters, including Doctor Strange, appear in several panels. The quote-unquote Harry Potter in question has a very slight resemblance, but is seen holding a star wand. Just to make it clear, legally, that is not the same character and just a fun little nod. Regardless, $51 for raw. Boy, people are crazy.
Comic collectors are the craziest.
Yes. At rank 2, we have Star Wars The High Republic #1. The Phil Noto second print. Yeah, of course the second print would do well. Just know that this series will probably land on your top 10 for the foreseeable future. 65 copies moved. High sale of $110 for a pre-sold CGC 9.8. And at rank 1, we have the Electric Black #1, Scout 2019. Wow, a non-Marvel or DC book made it to the top spot. Very rare, and we love to see this happen. This book is fantastic, too. A fun twist in Needful Things meets Tales from the Crypt. Pulling the news, this standard cover sold 35 copies, $80 for a CGC 9.8.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I think I missed that Electric Black thing completely. At 11, rank 11, we have Port of Earth #1. This has been optioned 2 years ago, and it just got a little bit of play in an article, so people are kind of excited about it again. Sold 18 copies, and about $50 for a raw, near mint raw. Star Wars 71 from 1983. Bosk speculation that he may be in the Book of Boba Fett Disney Plus series. And so this first appearance in Star Wars 71 moved 20 copies and had a high sale of $70 for a CBCS 9.6, which isn't great.
Crap, I'm going to have to dig and see if I have that one. I didn't realize Bosk's first appearance was there.
Yeah, it's pretty late in the run, isn't it? Amazing Spider-Man 546 is a photo leak from Spider-Man 3 showed a transport truck with the FEAST name on the side. Feast is a soup kitchen that is known to have unknown healing powers run by Martin Lee, who slides between being a good-willed philanthropist and the crime lord Mr. Negative. While Mr. Negative had a first cameo appearance in the 2007 Amazing Spider-Man Free Comic Book Day 2007 Swing Shift, Mr. Lee and Feast's first appearance is in this issue with the first full appearance of Mr. Negative. You got that? You got that? All that straight? Anyway, high sale of $80 for a 9.6. Ultimate Fallout #4, the second print from 2011. This is the second print of Miles' first full appearance. It's moving again. 19 copies sold. Had a high sale of $389.95 for a 9.8. Ultimate Fallout 4, the regular one, sells for $1,500 for a 9.8. Spawn 314, the Greg Capullo sketch variant, which is a 1 in 50. Spawn variants are excellent long-term plays. In the meantime, it's selling very well with 27 copies. Had a high sale of $150 for a raw. Spider-Man Unlimited #1 from 1993, benefiting from the Let There Be Carnage expectations. This first appearance of Shriek sold 21 copies and had a high sale of $110 for a CGC 9.8. Young Avengers 1, Kyle, from 2005. This is Young Avengers is proving to be a key MCU Phase 4 book. All the pieces are coming together. It sold 18 copies, had a high sale of 103% increase, and had a high sale of $500 for a CGC 9.8.
I love how even they're staying vague on these and giving people chances to not get spoiled on things.
Yes. Future State Teen Titans #1, as seen from the first print. Red X Heat helped this B variant sell 18 copies, $20 for a raw. Thor God of Thunder #2 with Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, his first appearance, plus the first Necro Sword. Isn't coming down in price anytime soon. Sold 18 copies. Had a high sale of $530 for a CGC 9.8. Gotta dig this out. Gotta get this one up. I think this one's gonna fall down pretty quick, so I'm gonna get this out.
Sell now.
Sell.
This is the guy that... Never mind.
Yeah. What do I know? I mean, sure, in a perfect world, you hold on to everything forever, but... what's the fun in that unless you have a comic book shop? It just takes up too much room.
But we've looked at the present. We've seen what's selling hot on eBay as of right now. We looked at the top 10 and then all this fun stuff. So let's jump to our sneak peek at next week and see what next week has to hold. And what the next items that are going to be available on eBay for hot prices are going to be. We're going to start with our good friends at lunardistributions.com and find the DC releases for February the 9th. Boy, is it not fun to scroll through this.
I don't like their interface very well, but they do have the content, so
Yeah.
They're doing the $10 80-page giant. This is Love is a Battlefield for Valentine's Day. We've got the third issue of Future State Star Detective, which I heard is the best of the Future States. I've heard from a variety of people. I would love to know what the standout titles are for you guys. I've read a few that are pretty good. I haven't read Dark Detective yet. I'm gonna have to put that up on the top of the stack because I've heard good things. Are they all good? Are they all okay? Are there any standouts in your minds? I'd love to know what you think. But yeah, the third issues of that one's coming out. The second and final of Future State Green Lantern is out. The second and final of Justice League is out. And then we've got that cool second printing of Kara Zor-El Superwoman with the design variant on the cover, which I think is neat. Robin Eternal looks great with that Emanuela Lupacino cover. I really like that.
Future State Teen Titans #2, the Dustin Nguyen cover B. Got that big red X cover.
Yeah, you want that. That's very nice. And I hope he's not. I hope he's somebody besides this Clown Hunter person. Don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't you hope he's somebody that we know maybe already? That's not a new creation. I don't know. Of course, Red X is also on that second printing of Future State Teen Titans #1. Both coming out the same day. Kyle. What's the answer?
Buy them both.
Buy them both? You got to pick, man.
#1.
Even though it's the second printing?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing you disagree.
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Don't disagree. Don't necessarily disagree or agree. 5th issue of Rorschach. It's been a great series. And that's all I had from DC.
Same here. Interesting.
All right. Let's head over to previews and see what else is coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah, we're on previewsworld.com. We're finding February 10th, 2021. And let's start, Drew, where we love to start at Image.
Well, one of the things we love about Image is they usually take their creators' properties and bundle that first arc and package it in a nice, affordable trade for people. You know, a $9.99 trade.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't look like Stephanie Phillips wants to play ball.
No.
So she's taken a Man Among Ye, already only a 4-issue mini series, and collected that as a trade, and she's put a $15 price tag on it instead of the $9.99 introductory. So little cash grab from Stephanie there. Not happy about it. Only 4 issues and $15. Bad. Don't do that.
Yeah, we love that barrier to entry on those $10 trades for Image, and this just kind of spits in the eye of what we like about the Image and their trade policies.
I'd probably be okay with it if it was 5 or 6 issues, but only 4, and you're gonna add a 50% premium onto it. I don't know. Don't like it.
Yeah. Haha, #1, a second print. A very subdued second print. This one will not give you nightmares, so I'm assuming nobody will care about it.
I know. Yeah, it's not a cover that jumps off at you, but maybe people are collecting all of them.
Yep.
For a nightmare collage of clouds.
Drew, we have the series finale of Low 26.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a little uneven in places, but I've enjoyed it for the most part, and I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. Looking forward to the whatever media this thing takes next. If it's a series or if it's a movie, whatever it got option for, I don't know.
And God bless you, Rick Remender. It's an oversized finale, and it's still $4.
Yeah. Radiant Black is the a superhero universe launch for Image, which I hate, but I will let others enjoy without comment. Even though I just created a comment.
I was going to say. End of the third story arc for Undiscovered... I'm sorry, the second story arc for Undiscovered Country. It's a very cool shirt from Undiscovered Country. I would wear that.
Well, sure.
Dope.
Yeah. Black Hammer, when you go down into Dark Horse, Black Hammer Visions. This first one is Patton Oswalt taking a swing at writing a Black Hammer comic, which could be good, could be disastrous. Fear Case #1 of 4 is a second printing of Fear Case. The Matt Kent book that sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else there. Unless you do.
Nothing else there. The last issue of Scarenthood from IDW.
And let's see what the Sophie Campbell cover looks like. Oh, that's that one that we talked about during FOC.
Yeah.
Still no Eastman cover showing, and it's coming out tomorrow. Why is that? How's that? Or not tomorrow, but Wednesday. How's that not visible by now?
Eastman's just holding it close to the vest.
Or Previews doesn't update their site.
Down into Marvel, we have Spider-Man 56 going to a second print. Really cool issue looking cover there.
Man, I saw the trailer for Morbius. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It does look pretty good. So I see the Morbius Bond of Blood #1 is rolling out here. Ralph Macchio doing the writing, not that Ralph Macchio. With Giuseppe Camuncoli doing that cover, which is not bad.
Star Wars Hydra Republic #1 going to a third print. Did we see that in FOC?
Yes, we did.
We did, okay. Oh, that's right. We talked about this cover. Yep.
Yeah, we thought, there's another cover. Better get it.
Yep. See, we're talking about Power Pack and what I was going to miss the most, and sure enough, the flying right there on issue 3 cover.
You nailed it.
All
you nailed
the
it.
flyings.
Yes. It's so great that you can get such a deep meaning out of that book. And the memories that stick with you.
Oh, the memories.
Of flying. Are we down into the back half?
Yep.
We have Casual Fling #1 from Artists, Writers, and Artisans, with a little rendezvous in the boudoir happening in silhouette on the cover A from Jason Starr, and art by Danny.
Looks like it's going to be well done. Casual Fling looks like it should be good.
Yeah, well, AWA has not done bad stuff. Have
no, they're very well written.
A Walk with Monsters going to a second print for its first issue. Junior High Horrors Strangest Thingies, #1. With a
very Stranger Things ripoff.
Yeah, so the people at Keen Spot.
I'm sorry, Homage.
Yeah, it's a ripoff.
Yeah. From Scout Comics, we have Map Maker #1, Ben Slabak. From the Scoot imprint, which I guess it looks all JG, so I don't know if they're differentiating that way.
Yeah. Ditto for Orcs #1. It's under the Kaboom imprint. The art style is pretty sweet, though. Really nice. It's Christine Larson doing this. It looks pretty good. I'm probably going to check that out.
Yeah, Orcs looks quite good.
The second issue of Scout's Honor from David Pepose. And you liked that first one. I still haven't got a chance to read that yet.
Yeah. I can't remember if I ordered this one, the second issue, or if I missed this month.
Yeah.
Secret 7-1, 5th print. 2, 3rd print. 3, 3rd print. 4, 2nd print. 5, 2nd print. 6, 2nd print. Tom Taylor, you can do no wrong. Drew, the Disappointed Podcast, where I say, what did you find this week while digging through your sneak peek items? What's the next pick of the week? What's the thing that you got to take forward? Because it is going to spike in a few weeks when we go over the cover price top 10s and the hot 10 books.
It's the Teen Titans. I'm trying to figure which one I picked. The one with the red X on the cover and collar. Cover B of Future State Teen Titans #2 of 2. The Dustin Nguyen cardstock variant with red X on the cover. That one.
Gotcha.
That was really long. That's gonna take up all my characters on Twitter.
I'm not going to do your High Republic 3rd print because you're tired of throwing Star Wars books up for me.
I'm not. Well, you do whatever. You do you, man. You do you. I've already given you enough caveats and things that you can't do, with your... I know how much you want to do 1 in 50 variants every week. So
Scout's Honor #2. I really like #1. I cannot wait for #2. So even if it's not worth anything, boy, I can't wait for this book. So it is my excited book.
More love for Scout's Honor. Fantastic.
There you go. You sound disappointed.
I'm a little disappointed. That's okay. You're allowed your own choices. We are a partnership.
If you have a pick of the week that differs from Drew and myself, which probably does, feel free to drop it by. Show us. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Search us out on Patreon. Become a patron, and then you can share it in the Slack channel and all kinds of fun stuff here. What your opinions are on this week and the books that were and was. If you agree and you think I'm right with Scout's Honor 2 or Drew with the 16 different words he put together to try to make a book title, who knows what it was, let us know. We thank you so much for listening so far into the podcast. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.